joke. We want students ready for college and career. And that doesn't magically happen. And it does happen by having very, very high standards. But it's not a one-size-fits-all. At Seaside High School, nothing. We had 1,300 students, and nothing was one-size-fits-all. But I'm going to tell you, if we want to offer equity and access to students, we've got to have the highest quality education for them. My 2 children are at Seaside High School. I have a sophomore and a junior. And their equity and access is different than the students whose parents just came to the United States 2 years ago and are living in a house with 3 different families and are trying to learn English. But that child in Seaside High School, and it's happening today, deserves that same access to college and career. It looks different. We have 46 states and Washington, D.C. who have adopted the Common Core state standards. And I want to put in parentheses, I don't come here trying to convince everyone, because I don't want to see Common Core as a battle. I think a battlefield is distracting to the people in the field, to the people doing the real work, which are teachers and administrators, and mostly for our children. When you look at a 9-12 education, grade 9 through 12, it goes by like that. And children do get left behind. If there isn't someone there that says, you, Jose, you can be a doctor, and Maria, and Shirley, and Thomas, you can be what you want to be. The tools are, you've got to know some stuff. You've got to be able to write. You've got to be able to read. You've got to be able to express yourself. We need the Common Core state standards because across our nation, it's not okay that from state to state, the standard that is set is different. It can be high, it can be low, it depends on what politics says and legislators say and districts say. There's no equity and access there. Across the nation, our districts, prior to this big event of trying to create a common understanding of what standards are, every state, every district, every school ends up doing something different. Common Core state standards are very important because what our students need to be receiving is the highest quality instruction. The difference is the Common Core state standard is not the end game. It's a standard. I can't wait to go back into education because as a teacher I would have the standard, but I get to be the great teacher that I am, but I know what I'm aiming for. There is a very, very strong emphasis on college and career readiness. That's the end game. And there are standards grade level by grade level that interlap and are interwoven, and it's looking for what does it take to build and support the successful student. Education in the U.S. economy, I'm telling you, I am no economist. But when I go into a hardware store and I need to buy something, and the cashier can't, if I say, I need these 2 things, what's the tax on that going to be? And they can't add it up without going to their little computer. There's a problem. There's a problem. We need to have, no matter if it's a Harvard grad or a Yale grad or a grad from a trade school, we need to have students and adults who are highly competent. So we look at where is our unemployment rate coming from? Look up here at the chart. The unemployment rate is coming from those that have the lowest education, those that don't have college and career education. And that has a huge impact on our economy and on the salaries that are given out to those with the highest education. They're making the greatest income. And those that aren't, they are, and these are kind of broad brush statements, they are being left behind.